It's going to be Satan herself with Peggle Extreme. Take it away.
Wonderful. Thank you so much, Cool Cat. My name is Satan herself. Hello. And yes, this is Peggle Extreme. I'm going to actually get out of this screen real quick to show you the wonders of this game. You might be looking at this and saying, what fan made this in their 2 a.m. spiral? No, this is an official game. It's it's the Valve X Peggle crossover. It came out in the orange box. This is genuinely Bjorn with a head crab on him. It's pretty amazing. And here with me, I have my wonderful friend and commentator.
Hi, I'm Mannequin. I mainly run Deluxe. I do some of the other Peggle side games, but I really enjoy watching this run. It's a very unique, fun little piece of Peggle history, and Satan is a very talented runner, so you're in for a very fun little short run.
Thank you. Yeah, this is a pretty, as said before, this is a pretty short and sweet little spinoff. If you want to play this game, it's free. You can download it if you can run it. And yeah, it's free on Steam. It's very, very easy to play. So if you want to get into Peggle, this is a great starting game. We've had a lot of people actually start playing this game recently, and just getting into Peggle that way. And I really recommend it. I also have a nice video tutorial on it on my YouTube, and we have plenty of resources and people that are ready to help you at a moment's notice in the Peggle Discord. So if you're interested in running this game, highly recommend it. And this is the category I would recommend you start with as well. So you're going to get a nice little treat here. It's really, really fast, so don't blink. We're going to be talking fast, doing things fast, and going pretty fast. It's a fresh file category, so we've got our little MWSF file there, approved. And time is going to start when I click adventure. So I'm going to give a nice countdown of 3, 2, 1, go.
Luck.
All right, so what's the deal with this whole Peggle game anyway? So the main mechanic of the game is that we have these sort of arrays of pegs, and the actual shape of everything's going to stay the same every time, but the colors that each peg are going to change. And our goal in any percent is to hit all the orange pegs, because when we do that, we just move on to the next level. Ooh, rare shot points free ball there. Don't usually get that in the first level. And speaking of the first level, there's a couple quirks here. The first is that you're not going to see the famous green and purple pegs yet. Those will go back, or those will come back in a few levels. And then the second thing is that we have something called Microzen, which might get shown off here. No, thanks, game. Microzen is basically the game is going to cheat for you when you have a low amount of balls, and it'll just clear levels for you and stuff like that. Yeah, that's the very, very basics. We have strategies that we're using also, though. Mannequin, you can talk about those if you like.
Yeah, so what Peggle runners will often do are what we call openers. There are two main ones. There are pixel shots and there are tap shots. And tap shots are essentially usually you go to either the very far left or the very far right of the screen, and then you tap your arrow keys a certain number of times. And because of the consistent physics system in Peggle, when you fire it like that, you're basically guaranteed to get a certain number of pegs every single time. For the most part, there's some exceptions to that, like if the pegs are moving, but usually you can start the level off by clearing a bunch of pegs right away, so you can have a lot more leeway and extra free balls and things like that for the rest of the level. And pixel shots specifically, I forgot to mention, are ones that rely on your mouse cursor to line where the coordinates are where you're about to fire at the exact pixel perfect spot, and doing that will allow you to also do very satisfying shots like this one right here, a very nice satisfying slide you can do.
Yeah, although that one's even easier than a
these.
pixel shot. That one's just aiming all the way to the right and tapping once on your keyboard. You can do it at home for free.
Yeah, that's one thing I really like about Peggle running, is that it's very fluid, the different strats you can do. There's so many different openers for all the levels at this point. You can really fine-tune it to your own.
Oh. An example, by the way. Yes, exactly. Didn't get the bucket timing, but is what it is. You can also explain bucket timing if you like, because that's important.
Yeah, so us runners, we've also, while doing openers, we will sometimes keep in mind where the bucket is moving. People usually do it to a numbered system from 1 to 10, and based on whether the bucket is going to the left or the right. And if you time it right with an opening shot that you do, you're also likely to get a free ball, which obviously is very helpful for clearing the level, because if you fail the level, you have to start all over again, and that's obviously a big time loss.
Yep, biggest time loss you can get in most Peggle runs is, at most times, is losing the level. Of course, if you spend a really, really long time saving it, that's not good either. So you kind of have to be on your toes, and sometimes runners will even reset about halfway into levels if they really know it's not going to go well, stuff like that. But yeah, we're doing a couple pixel shots here, one near Jimmy's butt and one near Jimmy's hat. Also, Jimmy is fine. Nothing bad is happening to Jimmy in this level. Don't worry about it. Also, TF2 is here. Welcome, TF2. We did Half-Life 2, and now we're doing TF2. This game is wonderful.
Yeah.
Everything about it is so good. And on that note, do we want to throw it over for donations for a little bit?
Yeah. I just realized we had a huge donation from Lobster with a $100 donation. Happy to donate. Happy to donate to help upgrade the equipment. Hopefully able to attend some events soon. Good luck, Satan and Trans Rights Heart.
Thank you, Lobster has shown up in my chat a couple times. Thank you so much for that. That's an amazingly generous donation to our cause. Fantastic. Got any more?
That is the only donation we have, but please get the donations in if you want to change what's going to happen for the next run.
Oh yeah, absolutely. There's that bid war going on for the Puyo Puyo game. Absolutely get those in. I want to see a big battle there, because Dr. Robotnik's Mean Bean Machine versus Kirby's Avalanche. I mean, I couldn't think of anything more fun to go for.
Yeah, I mean, right now the bid war is sitting at Kirby's Avalanche is at $60 and Mean Bean Machine is at $10. So if you want to get if you want to swap it up for $51 total dollars, you can get your game. Yeah, you can get your game.
A couple of $5 donations does that pretty well. Yeah.
That's true.
Beautiful. Yeah, this one went messier than it usually does because I actually messed up my opener. The reason that happened is because Bjorn has a weird quirk. Also, I love Bjorn with a Gatling gun on that level. I should have pointed it out. But Bjorn has a weird quirk that is going to be relevant here too. Also, nice pixel shot there. Where 3, 4, 5. If you do a tap on your keyboard when you have Bjorn's little power, then it'll actually change the distance of where you tap beyond the first one. So like in that last level, I had an opener where I was aiming all the way to the right and then tapping twice. And so Bjorn messes that up. And so I had to do a whole alternate strategy thing. It was messy. But that's okay. We got through. And that's what matters.
It's definitely a lot of improv and on the spot, like changing strategies whenever you run this game, I feel like.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, especially 80%. Yeah. There's another category I frequently do, and I frequently do marathons for as well. You've probably, if you've seen me at a different marathon, you might have seen this somewhat recently. It's Extreme Grandmaster, which is a fancy way of saying 100% for this game. And in the 100% category, you're winging it a lot less. You have a bunch of shots at the beginning of almost every level that clear out, a fair amount of it, and then you're very calculated in how you approach the rest of it, because you have to get every single peg off of the screen in 100% runs, which is hard to do. I won't sugarcoat that, but it is super fun. That's one of my favorite runs. It's included in my video tutorial, so if you did want to learn it, it's pretty easy. I also do it for a lot of marathons, so I did it for AGDQ 2025 just recently, and also I'm going to be back on GDQ Hotfix with it for Express Lane on Tuesday. So if you want to see that, there's lots of good avenues. Also, this generation is bad. We might not make it through this.
It's a very strange level in general with the peg shapes.
Boom is strange, and it's probably the worst any percent level, I would say, especially if you're using the strategies that I'm using, which can be really fast, but can also lead to situations like this. Greedy. Fair.
Yeah.
Get out of there. Yeah, you of course don't want to lose a level, but is what it is sometimes, especially with this one. Yeah, this is this is a fun time. Basically, yeah. I could use a sequence of like 5 or so pixel shots to make the level a lot safer, and that's what we do in EGM. And I'm kind of considering doing that in the future for any %. It's hard to decide because, you know, like if you get a really good generation, then the strats I'm using are going to produce a much faster level, and it's any %. It's really, really short. So, you know, you oftentimes try to prioritize those kinds of strategies, but, you know. It's also no fun to lose boom.
Yeah.
Ooh, that was good. Yeah. Also, you might notice, if you've played a Peggle game before, you might be like, why are we only using Bjorn? That's strange. I thought we were done with him after the first 5 levels. Well, in Peggle Extreme, you're only allowed to use Bjorn, just period. It's an only Bjorn party. So you have to get really used to his power, and just make the best of it. Just that pixel shot.
So now we're in the portal section of the run.
This one? Yeah, this is the only pixel shot I really have a risk of missing in this run. Except for maybe the 2-1 pixel shot. It's nice to be able to do that twice and just go ahead and get rid of that. Really satisfying. And yeah, we're into the portal sections, as Mannequin said.
Yeah.
Pretty fun. I mean, you've heard it already, but they also have the voice actors for this game, and GLaDOS is the one for this section. So funny. I love all the little
details they did.
Details. Exactly. Yeah. Exactly. It's great. It's so much fun, and as I said before, this is a free game. Please go pick it up. Play it. Even if you don't want to speedrun it, just play it. It's fun.
Yeah.
That was fast. Alright.
This is a very interesting level, because it's basically solved at this point with the amount of openers that have been discovered for it.
Yeah, I'm using the fast one because I can tell that the generation is good for it. Basically, I'm using an opener where I can tell it's going to get most of the pegs on this left side, and the left side is the hardest one to get to, because either you have to bounce off of this thing, which is really hard, or you have to go through 2 portals, and that's really slow, and also difficult. So basically, I'm using 2 shots here that are going to get most of the left side, and I know that all of the oranges on the left are going to be gotten by that shot. So I'm like, all right, let's party. There are shots you can do, though, that clear almost the entirety of this level.
Yeah.
This one is just usually faster if you get the right generation. But yeah, looking at your generation, looking at where your oranges are, that's important. Sure. Also, funny that we got everything on the left side anyway. Thanks, Peggle. Peggle is a game of both precision and randomness. You kind of have to be aware of everything when you play. I'm going to tap 9 times on my left side here. And we're going to do that twice. And then once on the right side to kind of open up the level here. This one is pretty tough casually, I would say. Probably one of the most difficult casual ones, and it's the last level, by the way. So time is going to come up when we end this level, and the ball goes into the bucket, and we press continue. That's going to be time. But yeah, this one's hard because of all the portals floating around, because of all the difficult structures to open up. But with speedrun strats, it's a lot easier, for sure.
I feel like generally the ones with portals are kind of weird to work with. You kind of have to think outside the box with some of the shots that you're doing, but thankfully I feel like Bjorn is a really good master for it, thanks to his guide.
Oh, absolutely. Yep, now you're playing with portals, and now we're ending the run. That was fast, huh?
Yeah. GG.
Nice! Thank you for the GGs! There you go, and then you get to see this fantastic credits scene. God, I love G-Man's face in the sun. Like, who came up with that? What a great game.
Yeah.
So fun. Thanks for the GGs. I've been Satan herself, or Satan isn't herself on Twitch. If you'd like to see more Peggle gameplay and more other types of gameplay, I also do Plants vs. Zombies speedrunning. I speedrun the other Peggle games as well, especially Peggle Nights. I speedrun World of Goo, which I'll be speedrunning at Frost Hotels 2025. I do lots of stuff. I just started speedrunning Jazzpunk, so speedrun a lot of stuff. I do Kaizo Ironmon. It's a very active stream, so definitely come hang out with us. And also, yeah, play and learn this game. As we've said before, this is a free game. Yeah. Mannequin, you got any shoutouts?
Yeah, you can follow me on Twitch. I plan on streaming a little bit more recently now. I'm usually like in and out. I'm gonna try to do at least once a week. I mainly do Peggle, but I've also been branching out into other like weird little games to both do casually and speedrun. So you can check me out on mannequin_Z. So hopefully I'll be live pretty soon doing more Peggle stuff. And yeah, join the community. Oh, and check out Fevers. That's another thing.
Yes.
Yeah, almost forgot.
Absolutely. No, we should really remember that. In addition to all of the official Peggle stuff, there's a lot of Peggle fan content. This is a very, very fan content rich community, and all of it is free to play, including Peggle Fevers, which is a full game mod for Peggle Knights. If you own Peggle Knights, you can play Peggle Fevers. Find it on Game Banana. I worked on it, so that's one reason why we're mentioning it. I drew the first 5 level backgrounds, and I made the 5th level, and I did all sorts of other miscellaneous stuff throughout the game. So if you want to check out some of that, definitely go play Peggle Fevers. It's super fun. It's a huge labor of love, and there's a lot of fun surprises to find in there. So definitely go check that out. Yeah. Thank you so much to Midwest Speedfest for having us. This was super, super fun. And I'll see y'all later for commentary and hosting today, actually. For Manifold Garden. Do not miss it. And then hosting right after. So, thank you so much for having us. This is super fun. Bye!
Thanks.